Okay, so I've been wanting to do this topic for quite a while, and since the second half of the season is kind of clarifying that that he that what Morgan is setting out to do is is actually working. I mean, you kind and some people started to question it with the wolf, with the alpha wolf in the mid-season premiere, where he tried to save Denise and he's going out of his way like more than once to, to protect Denise from the herd of walkers and whatnot. And you're thinking he's probably doing that this, because just because she's the only one who can, treat his wound, or Morgan got to him, and this, Carol's behavior lately is making me, think that yeah, Morgan did get to the Alpha Wolf, and he is like right under, Carol's skin. It's like, like what he's been trying to tell her. Like it's like he can see right through her armor, and it's like ever since that horrific night, when Alexandria almost got was almost about to be, taken over by the dead, with at a point of no return. It's like that. I think that's the moment that really changed Carol, and you really see that, like 2 months later, like how she's like not wanting to fight. Like when Rick tells her that they have to fight, and she has that look of discomfort on her face. If this was earlier on, she would have been all for it. Like, like when did we start? But here she's just like, I don't know. It's like she's not at a comfort medium right now. It's like she's almost at that point that Rick was in a way, like at the end of season three and in the beginning of season four, when all he wanted to do was play farmer and whatnot. That kind of reminds me of that in a way, and but only she's only she her what she's going through, like, and how the guilt of killing everybody has had a massive impact on her. And looking back on this previous episode, I don't think she was faking it. Like come to think of it, she was not faking. Like hyperventilating. Like when she was like having anxiety while she had the gag in her mouth, like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, is she trying to fuck with the girls, like her abductors? But turns out it's unlikely that she was trying to do that, at least at that point in the episode anyway. And it's like Morgan can see the little spark of light, inside, in the darkness of people. And he saw that in Rick. He saw that in Rick, and he's trying to convince him, like in the season premiere, that you're still the same guy as that told me that that it wasn't over, and you're just you're still the same man that I met, like back in wherever Rick was from in Atlanta, and you're just still the same man that's standing in front of me right now. He sees that in Rick, and we have yet to see that part of. Well, we did see that part of Rick, after the 2 month gap, like when he's happy and jamming to corny ass country music, and in that episode where he met Jesus and finally sealed the deal with Michonne. So I mean that started to shine through, like right when Rick was introduced to the Hilltop, then that's when it all just went right back down, like where he has to get back into killer mode. And so with that being said, it's like like I don't know, some of you may be concerned that Morgan probably signed Carol's death warrant you know um by his influence on her. Like how Eastman had an influence on him. Like if Eastman can change somebody as crazy as Morgan, then why can't he change somebody as bloodthirsty as Carol? And it's pretty amazing that he managed to get to someone as threatening as that wolf. And you see that, again, Morgan didn't get a chance to see that he got to him, and no, and everyone in the group's not going to find that believable. I mean, how is that possible? Like, are they would lack faith in that kind of thing? But I mean, yeah, I think Morgan finally got to Carol, like he's been trying to do. Like, he saw through that, and like at the beginning of the season, like, where you don't have to kill, you don't like to kill. Like, he can see that, and she hides that very well, that she doesn't like to kill. And she's starting, and that armor was starting to decay after, like sometime after that, with the wolf attack, and after that 2 month gap, it really decayed. It's like at the point where she can't hold it up anymore, and it's like she tried to give Paula a chance to leave, and she's given her a choice, like how Morgan said at the meeting when Rick is talking about how to take care of the saviors, and he said, we should give them the choice, we should talk to them. When there's life, there's possibilities, and like it's like that's really getting to Carol. And she said when Rosita was talking shit on Morgan, Carol was like, so what? He doesn't like to kill. Like, she's defending this guy now. Like, wow. I mean, damn. I mean, like, it's like he's bringing out a side of Carol we haven't seen in a long time. It's like he's starting to bring back the Carol that we've saw, in from season 1 to season 2, and so hopefully she finds a balance in that, like Rick kind of did, where he kind of balanced it out as well. So I mean, if she doesn't at this point, then the stakes are high. The stakes are extremely high for her, and I'm really concerned that all that badassery, all that that badass Sarah Connor that badass Sarah Connor complex that she's had for a few seasons may start to tone down and get softened, and then something bad will happen. And oh my gosh, and it makes you wonder if he's eventually going to get under Rick's skin too. But in the pattern of the comics, I can see that kind of happening, where let's say if Morgan was killed off, and then in honor of Morgan's memory, he does something that nobody was expecting him to do, and then he would just spare Negan's life and all that and whatnot. That's just an example, but I'm just figuring out how that would work in the TV series the way certain stuff worked in the comics. Like with the jail cell, I'm like, whoa! I did not expect to see the jail cell that soon, though. But I can see it coming into play, maybe like at some point later on in season 7. Like if they're going in the right pattern in the comics. So that's going to be pretty cool. And it would be interesting to see Morgan try to get through to someone like Negan, and then he discovers that there's no light at the end of that tunnel. There's just nothing but pitch black and darkness, and just pure blackness, just pure evil, like the devil himself. And like, I mean, we don't know Negan's backstory yet, but going in, I had an idea that he was bad before the zombie apocalypse. It didn't change him. It just the zombie apocalypse was just his rise to power. I mean, that's how I see him, anyway. I mean, I could be wrong, like when his origin story in the comics is clarified, but that's how I prefer to believe it, and I prefer to stick with it. But I guess time will tell at that point. So, yeah, share your thoughts on Morgan's influence on the group, on his influence on Carol, and where do you think it's going to go from here. And if you enjoyed my talk on this discussion, thumb up the video, make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, y'all.